Capital Clash inside a state of survival. I was doing this event the other day and I did not exactly know what I was doing. And today I'm here with McV because I still don't exactly know what was going on in this event. So she's here to explain it to me and explain it to you guys. McV, thanks so much for coming down today and kind of helping me out here in State of Survival. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, Echo.
Good.
It was hilarious watching you during this event and not know what was going on.
Listen,
So I'm excited to kind of go through it with you.
You got to learn by jumping on in there and by doing it. And I was learning. I mean, I have low-level troops. Everyone in the Alliance here is higher level than I am, which is cool. I mean, I have to start somewhere. But I didn't know what I was doing. And why don't you take a second really quickly and let everyone know a detailed-ish example of what is Capital Clash, this event in State of Survival?
Okay, so Capital Clash is an event that happens every 2 weeks. With the exception of SVS, when it was introduced, it alternates with SVS every 4 weeks, I think. But CC happens every 2 weeks after your state's intel is completed. So a new state, once they get that state intel completed, they can start their Capital Clash. It happens, again, every 2 weeks on Saturdays. The first event, the first Capital Clash, that was random because it's on that bubble countdown. And that's why we had our last one was like, what was it, on Monday or Tuesday? Monday?
I think it was a Monday. Worst timing ever for me, but it was on a Monday.
Worst timing ever. It's like Monday evening. But it'll usually, after that, it starts on a Saturday. And it's 5 a.m. East Coast time, by the way, which sucks. But it's all day. It's 12 hours. It's a 12-hour event. Yeah.
So a 12-hour event, does that mean, because this is something, because I can't stay on for 12 hours. Like, I have kids, I have work, I can be on and off.
Yeah.
Do people actually stay on for the 12 hours and consistently attack during this time, or?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Because it's usually, like I said, it's on a Saturday, which is good for some people, bad for some people, but it's Saturday morning at 5 a.m. You're usually, if you're into it, you wake up and the house is asleep and you're going at it for quite a while. But yeah, we, in my old Alliance, I'm in 125 and we used to stay the whole time. Now, the funny story is that it used to be 24 hours. It used to be a 24-hour event. And we petitioned the devs to change this to 12 because it was crazy amount of time.
Yeah, no one could do that long.
No. I mean, well, we did it. We totally did it. But 12 hours. The good thing is, if you're in a strong alliance, you might can shorten that down to 6 because the way the Capital works is it's a 12-hour event. But if you can hold the Capital for 6 hours consecutively, the event ends. You win.
Consecutively. So you have to hold it for 6 hours straight with no interruption.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So the way that I saw it was 2 days before this event, I used the teleport with the Alliance and we went over like right around this Capital. I'm basically sitting there. It takes forever for me to go farming and I'm trying to get my base up. So it's taking me forever to go get loot. I'm like, why am I standing here? I'm like, no help. But the event day comes 2 days later and this Capital opens up, the bubble comes off and there's turrets in each corner. So 4 different turrets. As soon as it opens up, I take my low-level troops, I rush them right to the center, and I try and hold them there as long as I can. You're laughing at me, but I got kills. I have like 20,000 kills or something. They must have done something.
Yeah, they did something. And I think we got some grace. Me and you both were in this Capital fight, and we were both low levels compared to the Alliance that we're in, INF. Great Alliance, very strong. Usually, if you have low level T1 through T at this level of gameplay, T1 through T5s, they're not going to want you to sit in the Capital or the towers because you're just kind of cannon fodder and you're taking up space for higher level troops. They gave us that grace because we wanted to get our medals. So thankfully we got them and we have a good group that will allow us to do that. But if you do have a good alliance that can hold that Capital, you can kind of sit in there. You get points in 3 ways: from killing troops, from wounding yours or wounding other troops, or by sitting in a Capital or a tower and just kind of like staying there, and you're like collecting points that way by holding time in those places.
All right, so I was in the Capitol. Should I have gone to one of the towers instead, or really for someone that, if we're teaching people that are new, like I am at this point in time, I really wouldn't even be participating in this event at this level, right?
No, you can participate at this level. The best way to participate as a lower level is to ask your alliance to set what, or in my state, in the older state where everybody is strong, but only a few lower levels are, and we really need every strong player in there. We usually have someone set what we call a hobo rally. That's a term coined by our alliance as a hobo rally.
Hobo, that's offensive to me as my new player.
Are you a hobo?
No, but seeing them.
So,
yeah.
Well, it's a hobo rally because it's not like the top tier rally. It's more of like a hobble along type rally. And what it's basically there for is just to get points for the lower levels and stuff. So it's not a key rally. It's maybe when you're doing a double rally or a triple rally, you'll send in that hobo rally first that has all your lower level players in there to kind of take some points in to, take some damage off of the team. And then the secondary and our third alliance or rally comes through. So it's kind of a way to like set points, but not take up space during your maximum damage rally. If that makes sense.
It does make sense. So as I'm sitting here watching the footage, because what I have playing in the background right now is just 50 minutes of footage of me, and like I'm about to go back to my base and check on my troops, but nothing was injured or anything yet. When I'm noticing that every couple of minutes, the tower in the center or the Capitol gets ambushed by these towers on the outside.
Yes.
How does that work with damage and healing up your troops if you're sitting inside of the Capitol? Because when that was, like we just saw, I have troops inside of the Capitol. I was getting shot by those turrets, and I just went to my hospital, and nothing was injured.
So what's up with somebody else absorbed that damage.
Okay.
You weren't in a tower, right? Were you in a tower or a Capitol?
I wasn't in a tower this entire event. I was just in the Capitol, yeah.
And you got 0 damage.
Well, at this point, I mean, I came back. See, I turned off the game for like an hour, and I had so many troops that were like, not in good shape. But yeah, in the beginning for like maybe the first 20, 30 minutes, I didn't really get much damage at all.
Did you check your enlistment?
Well, that was pretty full later on in the night, but it wasn't early on. No.
So there may have been a couple of issues. There may have been no rally set. There may have been some kind of maneuvering happening that you didn't get it. But the way it works is when you're in the Capitol, or we had all the towers at that time. That might have been a possibility, so we weren't getting tower fire. So the way it works is you're sitting in the Capitol. Those 4 towers on the outskirts, if they are owned by an enemy, meaning not your players, if they are owned by someone other than your alliance, those towers fire every 4 minutes. They fire every 4 minutes, and then they consecutively the time goes down. So the longer you hold them, they go down all the way down to 1 minute, to where they're firing every minute the longer you hold them. So that's a fire from each tower every minute, doing 2% wounding for all the total troops in there. So that equals up to a lot of damage if you have 4 towers firing at you every minute, doing 2% damage total. I mean, from each tower. It's pretty massive amount of damage.
So after each tower fire, you should be checking out your hospitals and doing some batch healing to make sure that your troops are always healed.
Absolutely. You should be doing batch healing. You should be doing reinforcements as well. So whoever is like really monitoring that Capitol situation should be checking to make sure, number one, checking the battle reports, make sure no one's hospitals are full. They want to make sure that no one is taking permanent loss, because this is an event. It's a state event, so there's no permanent losses. There's wounds until your hospital gets over capacity. Then you get kills. And once that's a really bad situation. And so they want to send back anybody that's starting to get kills because their hospital's full. They might have went offline. They're stuck in there like you did. You were in the Capitol. You went offline and your hospital filled up, and they were just getting steadily killed. Yeah.
And then I had that enlistment office, which was full until today. And I was like just trying to bring troops back from there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're watching the Capitol and you're R4 or a leader, you want to be sending back those people that are their hospitals are full and you're seeing kills, complete losses come on the battle report. So you're
Mhm.
going to send those people back, and then you're going to the rest of the alliance steadily is going to be reinforcing to refresh. We call it refreshing your troops in the Capitol because you want it to have max amount. Well, there's some strategies with that. Some people say leave max in. Some
Mhm.
people say leave a little bit, leave it low so that that percentage that the towers are firing on isn't hitting so much, and then you speed rain in when you need to with a rally.
Mhm.
So there's some advanced tactics with that, but on the whole, you want to keep it if rallies are coming and you're trying to defend it. You want to keep as many reinforcements going in to refresh those troops that are getting taken out by the tower.
All right, that makes sense. And from being, I
Yeah.
mean, like we mentioned, our Infected Angels Alliance, like they're pretty well organized. We have the
Mhm.
Discord. I'm in these conversations listening. The problem is because I'm newer, I don't understand all the plans and everything that's going on, but the plans are there. So it's not like you're just going into this event and going wild, going for any towers that you want, all just bum rushing the Capitol. Everyone has their plan. And is it true that you'll even have a plan with other alliances that are stationed around the Capitol as well? Like, is there a, or are you guys all going after each other?
No, it's true. So it really depends on the state. So some states are a bit more peaceful, some states
Hmm.
are a bit more aggressive because there's one thing I don't know if you know this or not, but if you get hit, that gray zone, which is called the Capitol Field, if you get hit and you lose, you get ported out. You're teleported automatically out of the Capitol Field.
Yeah, that
So
happened
there's
to me.
yeah,
Hmm.
there's some states that are super aggressive where they just play all out brawl where they're just hitting they're hitting the Capitol, they're hitting all the settlements. It's just pretty aggressive and it's fun to watch, but it's not fun to be in because ports are expensive, as you know, in this game.
Yeah.
So most states have made agreements where we don't hit settlements in the gray zone just because we're trying to save everybody money when it comes to the porting around because this happens every 2 weeks. That gets quite expensive.
Yeah. Well,
So most states do have a no settlement hit, but there's other states also that go beyond that where they do rotations for capital, or they do, if maybe one alliance might not be strong enough to hold capital plus the 4 towers, because you want to hold at least 2 towers so that you minimize those damages that you get from the tower firing on you.
mhm.
So a lot of top alliances will make pacts, or they'll be allied with another top alliance to say, okay, you take these 2 towers, we'll take this tower and the capital, and then the next time around, you will rotate the cap with you. So you kind of coordinate with other alliances. I think in our state, we didn't do any coordination like that.
Mhm.
We were trying to give some towers to other people to play around with, and we were picking a couple of towers for ourselves. But I think kind of it went out the window after a while.
Yeah.
It was our first CC, so you know those adjustments might be made with some state politics later.
Yeah.
Um,
We're in Kingdom, or we're in State 563, which
yes,
I think just opened up in the middle of December. So really when you look at it,
yeah,
it's fairly new. So
oh yeah,
as you said, we have veteran players, not all of them, but some veteran players who have been in other states before and understand it, but as a whole, the state is new, so a lot of those politics have to be put together. And I actually just did a video for Infinity Kingdom talking to my alliance leader over there, and he was talking about peaceful states and kind of preparing things for kingdom versus kingdom, which here in State of Survival, we have state versus state.
hmm
So that's actually another whole video topic in itself, kind of
oh,
being
yeah.
allied with your entire state to make that big play for state versus state. But we have red lines coming in, blue lines coming in. If I'm a player who doesn't have the capital, am I trying to go and attack that capital to take those troops out of it, or am I trying to go for towers to attack the capital?
So you're saying if you're just a regular player in a strong alliance, would you want to be trying to take the capital? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I guess what I'm saying is if another alliance has the capital, how am I gonna? I'm gonna, if there's no alliance discussion made and there's no plans, I'm gonna want to get my squad inside of the capital. So how am I gonna do it? Is my alliance gonna be manually attacking the capital itself, or are we gonna be going after the towers to try and shoot down the capital?
So that's actually a good question because a lot of people, it sounds like a simple answer, but it's not because um, there's different strategies. A lot of
Yeah.
people use the strategy of let your enemy get into the capital for a while, take the towers, whittle them down for a few hours.
Okay.
Give them a few hours, let their troops like fill up their hospitals. They're going to have a lot of time healing. Healing takes a long time if you don't know how to do it correctly. You don't have your talent tree set and all that stuff. So so a lot of people whittle them down with the towers, and then they focus on taking them out of the capital. They switch their focus after a few hours and push towards the capital because, like I said, it's 6 hours consecutive or the most time in the capital in a 12-hour period. So
I understand.
So
that's cool though. It gives you a lot of different options on how you can actually win this thing. That's cool.
A lot of people go gung ho and just charge the capital and try to sit there and manage their healing and just hope that they're strong enough to hold all of those and hold 2 towers, which, depends on your strength. I mean, you might be strong enough to do it. Depends on your stats of your top players and your gear and all of that stuff. How many activity is the biggest thing that you have people on for healing, that you have people on for reinforcing those troops. But I would say it's 50-50 on the tactic there. A lot of people do prefer to go the whittle down route, just as, it's just fun to kind of do the tower play. But yeah, you're going to set rallies on the capital or the towers, depending on your strategy. And then you go from there trying to get that capital time in, because every second really does count, especially if you have very strong alliances in the top 5. It can be a really fun battle that goes down to like the minutes of time. And those are the most fun to me.
Well, for someone like me, this is even my last question, because I think we kind of went in depth enough, especially for someone that's new and trying to understand what this is. I'm not a player most of the time that's going to be able to sit on for 12 hours and play. That's just not the way that I'm able to do it. So an hour in, I need to go away for a half an hour. I should be pulling my troops back to my settlement, or should I leave them in the capital and deal with those losses?
So you can do one of two things. You can pull them back, or if you have someone in the alliance, like your friend McVenom here, that is on and is going to be on, that can tell the leader or an R4, hey, Echo is going to be offline for a while. If we are in the danger zone or you're pulling out of a tower, can you send him back? Because he is not online. Most don't have the time to check your online status because things are happening. But if you let somebody know, you're going to be like on their mind to make sure we send Echo home. So I would just say communicate with your alliance about when you're going to go offline if you really need those points.
All right.
You definitely need to talk about the points, Echo. Those are the most important part of CC.
Okay, so let's talk about the points.
Did you get your points last CC?
I think so.
Do you know how to know if you got your points?
I would assume that I would get something in my mail talking about points and rewards, right?
Yeah, but the best way, I don't know, you can't pull up your game yet, but if you go into the event on the top right.
I'm going to go on my phone. I can always pop it up. Yeah, Capital Clash.
Go into Capital Clash on your phone on the top right. And if you click in Capital Clash, there's going to be a points rewards.
Yep, I'm there right now.
Yep, you see that. When you click on that, it'll scroll the badges and the berets there of like the things that you can get.
Yep.
And it tells you how many points that you need for those. I think it's a maximum of something like 6.7 mil is the maximum. And those are all the rewards that you see are what you can gain by those point scores. So it'll unlock as you get those points accumulated. So those badges and berets are so important. Getting your badges, those are you use to level up your badges and chief.
Okay. So for me, my total points were 723,000, 600,000 kill points, occupation points, and wounded points. So I mean, I got some points. I have no idea how that is compared to someone that was on for the whole entire 12-hour event, but I got points. I participated in this thing.
You can tell how that compares by going to the other ranking rewards, the solo rewards. Do you see that on the other section of the Capital Clash?
Point rewards, ranking rewards.
Yeah. You can see who's in top position for ranking rewards.
Leaderboard. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the amount of kills. Yeah. That's the
Okay.
difference we're talking
Yeah,
about.
it looks like I didn't help out too much in
Well,
the
and
hour
that's
that I was
because
on.
you had some T1s and T2s in there.
Yeah.
Your points go, like I said, by kills, wounds, and time in the capital. But
Mhm.
those points go accumulate faster, and you get more points for the tier level of the troop and the amount of troops that you have in there. So lower tiers won't get as much points if you kill those or you wound those as you would if you had T10s in there.
Makes
Does that make
sense.
sense?
It
So
totally makes sense, yeah.
yeah.
All
I
right.
think those rewards go to 550 in the state. So um, you might be somewhere on there. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. My ranking was not that high, but it's okay. Right now, I just want to play it because I'm going to learn it from playing it, not from like reading
Yeah.
the description and explaining it that way. I'm not going to learn it that way. But this discussion with you was helpful to me so much that I think that we should start doing this for more of the events. Whenever events are going on, if either I could capture the footage and we could do it like this, or we can even do it live. Like I'm thinking maybe the next Reservoir raid,
Live
you and
is
I can do this
fun.
live. Yeah, that could be
Live is
fun.
really fun. It is. I get a little bit aggressive when I'm live and I'm actually playing though. So you might have to edit me out some.
I could deal with aggressive. That's fine. I think that's going to be the plan. We should do that for all the events inside of the game. Basically put together guides so everyone can understand it. And to be honest with you, it's going to be a guide for me as I'm doing it as well. Because I did just put out a video on Reservoir Raid, which I was kind of learning as I was going. And I know I was very like surface into it, but I would like to get, be more helpful. I took down what's that?
No, go ahead.
I got like 3 water towers in the whole event. That was my thing.
That's good. As a support player who's not that high, you should be doing the water gathering. Reservoir Raid is my favorite event. It's so much fun.
It was fun. It was an hour event, which is cool. That's like perfect. 12 hours, I don't know. But Capital Clash, I think we put together a nice description of it. So what I want to do right now is let you tell everyone where they can find you, because McV is not only my friend and in my alliance, but she's also a content creator and a streamer who does a lot of State of Survival, which is how we met. So let them know where they can find you so that they can go check you out, because if they're here at this point in the video, they're definitely someone that's invested and needs to see more content, and that could come from you.
Thank you, Echo. So I'm T McVenom with Reality Skewed Gamers. We do, we're basically variety streamers. We just love to play games, play a bunch of different games. State of Survival is my particular interest. We are on YouTube, so Reality Skewed Gamers on YouTube, and we are also stream live on Twitch. For State of Survival, Reality Skewed Gamers streams on Friday nights, live streams every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So come join a live stream, ask your questions. I'm going to try to get Echo on a panel one day so we can ask him a bunch of noob questions. It'll be fun.
Listen, I'll own it. What I'm going to do also, I'm going to link everything every place you could find her in the description of this video, probably a card and things at the end of the video as well. So make sure you go check her out, say what's up, say Echo sent you, and if you like what you see over there, give her a subscribe or follow so that you can check out other things that come through. But T McV, thank you so much for coming through. It's always a pleasure. And by the way, guys, my first ever State of Survival video had McV with me. It was the first one ever, and we're back again. Isn't this great?
This is great. I'm so excited to do all these videos with you and go through this exploration of a new game. I know that you've played it for a while, but it's still kind of new. It's refreshing new to you. So I'm super excited. Yeah. I think we'll have a lot of fun, and I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. But guys, we're out of here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. Make sure you subscribe to both. And if you want to come through a Discord server, I'll be linking my Discord as the pinned comment below. Come on through. We can talk about mobile games, State of Survival. We're out of here for today. Check out some other stuff before you go, and be good.